What do you see, working with renewables clients, what are their misconceptions about going through some of these processes of, one, what are the solutions they're currently deploying if they're not using landmen? But two, whenever they do work with landmen, what are some of the misconceptions you see them have?
They feel that, from my experience, you get people that have been in this industry, renewables, when it wasn't as sexy, back from the mid 80s through now. And we come in and they just see us as a bunch of shoot 'em up Texas oil men who we don't know what we're talking about. They know how to do it better because they've been in the industry for 30 years. And I think that they maybe have their nose up a little bit because of that oil and gas background, because the political stuff, because they're just so they've been told to be juxtaposed to it for so long. And then we come in there and we move at a different pace, I feel. I think, work faster and more efficiently, if only because we are so used to this kind of uh, scale. Like, we're used to dealing with large amounts of capital, whereas maybe in the 90s, they didn't have that kind of funding where oil and gas companies did. So we know how to ramp up very quickly. And sometimes it goes too quickly for clients. And you get pushback from people saying, well, I told you that this isn't something that we could bite off. And I told you that we should have just done it the way we've been doing it for 30 years. But I don't know. Steve can speak to that. I know that for a fact.
You see all kinds, right? I think when we first got into this industry of the renewables, um, a lot of folks had very high expectations that things were going to get done very quickly, immediately. And when there's a human element that's involved, it takes time. You need to build relationships. We've talked about this numerous times. It's relationships, relationships, relationships. Are there cases where you're going to go and some guy's going to go, yeah, I'll sign the lease right now. First time you met him, sure, it can happen. But it takes time to build that trust. It takes time to, get someone comfortable with you to get that deal done. And a lot of those folks don't understand that, and they think, unfortunately, that everybody wants this. Well, why wouldn't they want to sign this? We're giving them money. We're providing them generational wealth. We're providing them, a future income. Blah blah blah. But the human aspect is what I think gets lost sometimes.
I agree with that. I guess my answer was a little cold, wasn't it? It's like, there are levels. I was just speaking from bad experiences, maybe, but I've never had a terribly bad experience. But there's definitely been some, just call it rough edges in the past, especially when we first started doing this.